Ladies and Germans, how you all doing? This is Con Ulrich.
And I'm Rangru. Hello, hello, hello.
And folks, it's a new week, it's a new day, and it's a new sound recording. And to bring you the first replay of the week, we're doing a nice little 1v1 on Orsha North. And Rang, who's duking it out today?
Well, on the left-hand side in blue, we have DerGaertner playing 78th Sturm with Vanguard income. And on the right-hand side, we have Tigga playing 26th Guard Stelkovy with Vanguard income.
Indeed. Now, I wonder if this guy over here to the left, DerGaertner, is trying to make some sort of play on, like, the Gardener. I don't know. But he definitely has a fair amount of artillery to be seeding some death. We see several IG-18s. Is that an off-map? Oh, no. Okay. I thought we had something bigger than that, but apparently it's a bunch of IG-18s.
Yeah, they have the same icon, or similar icon.
Very, very true. And the Soviets, for their side, a couple of BCAs, okay, a couple of mortars. Fairly standard opening, I think, actually, out of both sides.
Yeah, I mean, both sides, lots of infantry, considering they're both infantry divisions. It's pretty well matched, as both sides are pretty good infantry, and also fire support tanks to help out. But I'm really interested in seeing Tigga bringing out his mortar right off the bat, and it seems like he's smoking the town.
Well, he's smoking like you got him, man. That's the cardinal rule of anything. But I do say, with the Schützen and the Sturm Schützen right behind that, I don't know if these superiors, there's going to be a hell of a fight coming in.
Yeah, I mean, if the superiors can get in the buildings and getting close, they can just throw in their satchel charges and do a lot of damage. But I really like seeing superior PPSH openers, because you can just get them to the front line so fast because they come in the jeeps.
That is certainly true. And you know what, the M3A1 might have been a good idea. Oh, actually, you know what, I kind of like this. The scout car in the back. Not a ton of firepower, but just enough with that M2HB, which is a pretty hefty weapon here.
Yep, and it's also a recon vehicle, which is lovely.
Yes.
Nice double rammy.
Now, unfortunately, we are seeing one... Oh, okay, the only guy really taking some firepower here is the Blitz Grenadier. But the Soviets have penetrated the town, and they are controlling 1311, and it looks like even a PTO... Wow, that's... I did not expect that. I didn't think the PPSHs were going to be that resilient.
Yeah, they're really good once you get in buildings, and once you throw your satchel charges out, they can do a lot of bloody damage.
Certainly seems to be the case. Trying to plug the gap is DerGaertner with 4 squads, basically Sturm Schützen and complete pioneers. Not too surprising there. But that will give a lot of Strafniki and the Kombroti to come on in. So that's a take and hold kind of idea here.
Yeah, that was a really, really good double push. Like you said, use a separate PPSHs to take, and now he's going to hold really around Strafniki. I mean, they're one of the best defensive squads in game.
Very, very true. Though I think the IG-18s, and actually now a brace of 120 mils from the Germans are being brought on in, and that was a bad loss there for that first tank, that first truck. Yeah.
Got those two OB-25s on the hill, just providing lovely fire support. Really love seeing infantry support guns being used to such an extent, because infantry support guns are pretty good, guys. I'd highly recommend them.
Now, what would you say if I said DerGaertner should go and isolate the breakout, just make sure it doesn't get any worse, and kind of try to penetrate someplace else?
Yeah, that'd probably be the best bet. Taking back that town is going to be a real bloody fight, I'd say. It's just, especially considering the fact that Tigger also holds the hill. So yeah, probably just, like you said, hold your area and maybe try to push in the middle or down south. You got lots of options. It's a 1v1 map. There's 7 kilometers of front line for you to fight over.
Yeah, but you know what? I guess every now and again we kind of get stuck on that whole idea of, oh no, Mom, that's mine. So you want to make sure you kind of take that back. So I get it.
Yeah.
But the Russians, eager to kind of continue on their success, Strafniki, they're going to go and kind of shore up the southern part of their bulge here, which I think is entirely the exact, a great decision, really. Yeah,
they're going to run into that big leap Pioneer, and that Pioneer has a Gebeteledung ready to be thrown its direction. Yeah.
Shoot, and Strafniki trying to come forward here, and he's coming over open ground.
Oh, jeez, nah. Open ground against STGs? Yep.
Yep. Ledung to kind of help there, and wow, mortars and IG-18s supporting fire here. Yeah, those guys are out in the open. I understand why he offloaded. I would have liked to have seen him do it a little bit later, but that makes sense.
Yeah, but
that's MG. Okay, there's something oddly, enjoyable by the G42 up to the north, firing 150 rounds, in 2 seconds and having to reload. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's in a good spot because it's essentially shutting or stopping any reinforcements from getting into the town, infantry reinforcements at least. So yeah, it is bleeding out Tigger a bit. And yeah, frankly, the DerGaertner's actually doing a pretty good job of taking back his town. I thought Strefniki would be more of a pain in the ass, but he's managed to isolate him, and once you're getting close with STGs, you know, that works pretty well.
That is certainly true, but the Sturmschützen are stopped just outside of the greatest effective range for them. They can't really see the PTRSs either, which is really kind of weird.
This very sneaky as PTRSs. Very sneaky.
Looks like the Russian support push, let's call it, is not going particularly well, but now we have three 82mm mortars, all of them looking to try to find these 120 mils in return. So we just have just the Germans ignoring the Russians, and the Russians desperately trying to silence the Germans.
Yep.
But, yeah, please.
Yeah, his 120 mils is going to be hitting the hill here, and that's going to set up his OB-25s, or Russian support guns for a little bit, which is definitely going to shore things up. This is pretty interesting so far. Oh, I was about to say we haven't seen any tanks in the match, but there's a slug down south, and you've got 3 KV runs up north, and that's going to be perfect infantry support to hold that town.
Well, and remind us here, so the 70th Sturm, tank-wise, what should we be expecting?
Well, the 78th Sturm have recently just came back from Africa, and they brought some rhinos along with them. So they got and some stugs, but mainly the rhinos.
I would really like to see like one of these divisions be called like the Menagerie or something like that. I find that absolutely amazing. That should be
Korik's name.
Yeah.
Korik is just an absolute. The way I named my Korik deck was the Tank Museum, because it essentially has a tank from every single nation.
Oh, I hadn't really thought about that, but you're actually, that works pretty darn well. You're right there.
Yeah. Even got Polish tanks, which is nuts.
Yeah, which is kind of a contradiction in terms. I'm sorry to say.
I know. Yeah.
But we are seeing 2 more Stuks coming into the north. Stuk 3s, so there will be enough to shut down, I would say anyway, this KV-1 push.
Yeah, they got the gun to definitely penetrate the KV-1, I'd say.
Positioning, I mean, the KV-1s are going to stop just east of the town, so if we move the Stuks down about another 200 meters from where they are, they should be able to take this push in the flank.
Yeah, I mean, all the way up north, we've got that one Sturmschützen, and he's just shooting away at the Sappery, and with a Begli Grenadier, you could probably, if you bring some infantry reinforcements up north, you could probably retake it, or not retake, but capture the entire northern side. We've got some Guard DPs and Guard DP and Sapperies being brought in as well. Just try to stop the other Sturmschützen moving through the northern forest bit, but yeah, it's a good push from DerGaertner trying to put pressure up here.
Very, very true, but as you might have expected, these guys, they're getting a little bit tunnel vision to the north. Completely understandable, all things considered. Now, this Schützenführer, is this a commander we should be paying attention for, or it's just another standard combat unit?
Schützenführer, where is he? Oh yeah, it's being brought.
In his staff car.
Oh yeah, I see him. Yeah, he'd definitely help out a bit. As we're seeing with DerGaertner, it's not really taking veterancy for 78th Sturm, which honestly I'd recommend. Just take the unvetted Sturmschützen, as you know, STGs doesn't matter whether they're vetted or not, they're still gonna kill stuff. But yeah, it's just gonna help out the extra veterancy.
Certainly seems accurate. Now, first airplane coming on in, ME-109's making some gun runs here, trying to stress out that the VZA-25. And, you know, pretty darn easy. Unfortunately for him, those 2 yaks might have something to say about it.
They definitely got something to say about it. They don't see all that pleased with, you know, German airlines flying over airspace. But not going to be chased down a Messerschmitt, you know, doesn't get the...
surprising.
Yeah, it doesn't get the, you know, turn radius advantage on him, so to speak. We've seen some Panda tracks being rassing up north as well. Probably try to counter his KV runs as they get brought up, maybe sneak him around,
well,
Shrek him.
Smack dab into his Furies. These Sturmschützen are not able to do anything about it.
Yeah.
And we have 4 flak guns being brought on, and so the 20 mils are going to make the yaks a living hell.
Yeah.
Shockingly enough. Now, where did they pick up their extra spot here? There's 1311. The Soviets still picked up... Oh, okay. Southwest part of town, the Stovniki, and the PTRS.
Yeah. very, very good spot to have. And just looking down south, things are they're pretty quiet. We are seeing DerGaertner start a bit of a push into the southern town for some shootings.
I'd like to see the Sturm kind of push up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to know at this point the northern forest is fairly well set, so if you hug that a little bit as you come down this road, shouldn't be terrible. Oh, wait, clusters to the north.
Oh boy.
Going after the Stugs.
It's a 50-50.
Wow, that was a really weird bomb.
Yeah, that was weird. Is it gonna work, yo? Yes, it does.
Well, 60% of the time, it works every time.
I should really just slap out on the side of Soviet cluster bomber planes.
Now, we are seeing a ton of smoke being poured out here by the mortars. Actually, I really, really like that idea.
Yeah,
Mortars, by the way. Desperate, he realized he's out of position in terms of trying to face back this Soviet push in terms of vehicles. He's playing for time. I think it's a great call.
Yeah, I definitely love the smoke on the Soviet hilltop here to block the fire of the Soviet support guns. Of course, right now, they're in a position to shoot, even if there wasn't smoke, but the idea is still very good. I love good smoke play, Khan. I love it so much. Makes me happy. Very happy.
Well, if you were saying before about rhinos, well, lions and tigers and rhinos, oh my. We have Nigel coming on in. Nigel, the hero unit for the 70th Sturm.
Yeah.
But he's being matched rather well, I would say, with the two ISU 152s being brought in from the Soviet side. So.
Oh boy.
Not going to be pleasant either way.
Oh boy, yeah. And also a fun fact about Nigel, he's the you know that one concept art screen and loading screen of the Nastron?
Oh, that's him?
That's his Nastron, if I recall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Let's take a quick little look at that hero unit, then show.
Yeah, it's got like the poop camouflage. Well, I guess more like desert. It's like it's a very dry poop. Not even none Ray. Either way, it's a shitty situation.
Well, shitty situation for him as well as the ME-109 that's now crashing and riding out like a hurricane. And doesn't use his last moments to any great effect.
God damn it, they need to give these guys Rotor 1 pilot lessons. If you're gonna go down, crash into the enemy, might as well make your life worthwhile.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What are you doing otherwise?
I know. Oh, look down south, Yokon. The DerGaertner knows what he's doing.
Oh, is he getting back through somebody's gardens?
Oh yeah, he's got so many gardens that he can garden now with his shootings. They're gonna turn those G43s into plowshares.
Oh no, please, Canadians. But you know what? Actually, that reminds me of, oh my gosh, Medal of Honor, Allied Assault maybe, where you're fighting your way through Market Garden.
Oh yeah.
There's an old man who has a shotgun somehow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Throwback to a simpler time. But we are going to see guard DPs being brought on in, and yeah, this is just going to pressure back out that slight bulge in the German pants pocket.
Oh yeah. I wonder if DerGaertner's going to move up a bit more from that hill position, or if he's just going to not get too cocky and just hold.
Well, that was the question I was going to ask as well, yeah. So, in the meantime, though, we are seeing the... Oh, I like that call. Yak 9 strafe, a support truck, blow that up. And even if they lose one here, that was a really different, but nevertheless...
Oh, it does lose it. Yeah, it was... Killing support trucks, or I mean, it's not cost efficient, right, per se, for the Yak, but it's definitely going to slow down the mortars from getting resupplied as they are pretty low in ammunition.
And it seems they're looking desperately to find the anti-air, wow, anti-A. Technically, that's true, anti-A, but...
That's the anti-Canadian League.
Oh, that was the Fons, the anti-Fons replacement. But we are into phase B, so we're back to even footing, and the Germans, with their push, they've retaken the force in the center part of the map. They've really kind of continued this pressure here, and with IG-18s and a couple of Pac 40 that's right there, I think they have the opportunity to. I don't want that to be easy.
This is definitely... DerGaertner's done a pretty good job of, taking back a bit of the initiative at least. The real problem is going to be those ISUs. Those things are real tough customers. I mean, with Nastrons, of course you can kill it with a Nastron pretty easy peasy, but the thing with Nastrons is you kind of want to get first shot, because you don't want to get shot before, There's no armor. That's what I'm trying to say in some elegant words, which I can't make up right now.
That's true. That's true. It's a real quick way to become endangered, is to stick your snoot where it doesn't belong. And you know what? Does he have that? Is he going to get that line of sight for that fire position? Potentially?
Uh, he's gonna have to go into the open to shoot those ISUs. And the real trick with Nashorns here, people, is to only stick him in medium forest, hide him in medium forest, and when you see a tank you want to shoot, move up so it gets line of sight, shoot it, and then just back away.
Exactly. It's the really any kind of tank destroyer doctrine. You don't want to stay in a straight up fight. Fair fights are for movies and first dates.
Exactly. You just want to shoot and scoot with the Nashorns.
Otherwise known as the Tinder defense.
Oh, I thought the Tinder defense was just keep strafing right.
That's strafing. But in the meantime, these Soviet mortars, I'm not going to say they're keeping Tigga in this 100%, but they have been rather effective, and that seems to be consistently the message through a lot of these.
Yeah, mortars are definitely, especially in 1v runs, whether it's 80, 81, 82, or 120 mils, it is very good bang for your buck artillery, all things considered. They got decent range, they shoot fast, they don't take too much supply, they're not expensive, and for just knocking out a lot of soft targets, you can't really go wrong.
It's oddly amusing to watch the mortar shells almost hit each other in the air. That was that was 2 full Studebakers.
That's pretty good. That was pretty good.
Unfortunately, the 120 mils over here to the Germans are completely out of ammunition, out of effective ammunition anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, this Stug, where's the Stug firing? He's firing the infantry to the east and the north. Alright. Got some interesting interactions going on now.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that Tigga has run out of his effective close-in infantry, but it kind of feels that way.
Yeah, it's getting some more guard DPs now. I mean, both sides are probably playing pretty heavy A-phase decks, as both have A-phase incomes. But, yeah, it's interesting to see how things will develop, because looking down south, DerGaertner's actually going to be doing that push into the town down south. He's finally got some reinforcements in terms of Sturm shoots and whatnot. So he could pretty much mop up his town easy peasy. It's only some sappery PPSHs and guard TPs, which aren't the best thing against STGs.
He's got to be careful though, because he could be taking fire from a couple different sources here. There's one guard to the southeast of his attack.
Mm-hmm.
He could very quickly get 2 or 3 more.
Yeah.
Play. But it is 14-10, so even losing this one flag right here could send Tigga into a rather poor economic space.
Mm-hmm. And nice thing is, if he captures town, it's not too hard to hold on to it. You got a decent amount of open ground between you and the enemy, and also the hill that you can use as cover. Well, not cover, but as a fire support platform.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, another Opal Blitz. I was going to say, I wonder when another support truck's going to come in for DerGaertner's mortars. And the converse, when's going to be another... There's no other supply truck yet from the Soviets. Interesting.
Nope.
But the town fight has gone decidedly pro-German. Apparently they think they look good in black. More strafing runs to the north, trying to isolate and take out the Sturmschützen. Once pinned down, but ground fire is absolutely murderous.
Oh, but same the well, not murderous, but such up the SDK I've said at least. I know he's gonna cluster bomb it.
Everything's in a cluster bomb.
Is he gonna cluster bomb it twice? No. I was about to say.
Oh, yeah, so let's go down.
Oh, yeah,
sucks. Let's go down. That could be bad.
They're definitely dead. What?
Whoa.
What? I think our Soviet pilots need to adjust their bomb sights. Jeez.
Well, again, that was one of those moments where you're like, wait a second, that should not have worked.
Those Stugs should be dead, but no. Lucky buggers. That was. Damn. That was luck. That was luck.
No, man, that was skill. Don't hit the play with the game. But the German mortars are resupplied, and with that, they will start dropping hot death on the front line here. And even these Snipiri squads are not going to be able to retard German progress for long.
No.
I mean, I've seen Band of Brothers. I know at that point, use grenade launchers and mortars to take out snipers, man. That's how you do it.
Mm-hmm. Blow up the church tower, you know?
Yes.
Send in the Tigga.
Also, this is just a random aside. I came across the other day a scene from Inglourious Basterds, supposed to be like an extended version of the German propaganda film.
Oh, yeah.
It's
yeah.
absolutely balls out bizarre.
I know, they got the American general just saying them to send more bodies in, and he's just got the...
So it's like, it's like, what's the current death count? It cuts to a shot, it's just a mountain of guys. It's like 47, gunshot. He's like 48.
If you guys haven't seen that, you definitely need to see an extended clip of, I think it's Stoltz the Nation or something.
Stoltz to Natsu, yeah, to Nation, yeah, the God of Nations.
Yeah, it's such a silly scene.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But you know what? Hey, dude, that was like the longest day for us for the 20, 30 years. That's the longest day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Soviets are getting knocked around quite a bit, though. I think all they're waiting for in the south is just for the Germans to kind of stress out this infantry, and that'll trigger another general attack.
Mm-hmm.
The Soviets can't even get themselves in for strafing runs either. There's just so much anti-air there.
Yeah, once you get those, flag civilian things up, you just can't really... You can't do anything. There's such scary anti-aircraft pieces. Ugh.
Yes, sir. Once you pop, the fun certainly doesn't stop. And more squads are being brought in, so yes. We are seeing the DerGaertner sowing the seeds of his opponent's destruction pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the middle con, Tigga really does not have much in the middle anymore. Like, this is a bubble that's waiting to be popped. Once you knock out the town down south, he pretty much has a pretty clear shot to taking the rest of the middle flags, easy peasy.
Yes, you do. Now, there is one thing that could retard them a little bit. It's a KV-85.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, sorry. Up to the north.
Oh.
They took out a Commander Stug, so that was really well struck.
Makes up for last time.
Yes. Yeah, especially.
Yeah, and we got Tigga moving up north with some guard DPs. But the DerGaertner's pretty real set into the defense. He's got more Sturm shoots. And listen to that, 78th is probably one of the scariest infantry divisions, or divisions infantry race to fight against, as they just have so many STGs, and they're like 13-man STG squad card, 13 STGs. I would not want to be shot at by one STG most days of the week.
Most days of the week.
Most days of the week, on a Thursday, maybe if it's just some semi-automatic fire and it's just like, shooting off to the side, I could maybe be okay with it. But Tigga was probably not okay with the fact that he's, 618 now. That's not good.
Well, we had 3 Yak 9s coming to the south. I was going to say Throwback Thursday much. But coming back to the south, we had 3 Yak 9s. They're gonna kill this Stug. There's no way in hell they're not. There we go. It's a pretty hefty use of ordnance there, but...
Yeah. I mean, if you have two 50-50 chances, I mean, it's like 100% chance, right?
Oh, exactly.
That's how probability works, I think.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Kind of unfortunately, ME-109 was flying in circles trying to lure that Yak 9 over top of his air cover. That didn't work, but it did allow the Germans to get into that town. There was one superior squad who's kind of huddling in a basement.
No satchel charges. Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
He is not gonna... Dude, it's crazy how much ammo Sapori PPS-8 squad has for like 4 guys. It's like 1,700 rounds of ammo. I don't know what it is divided by 4. That's like 400 shots.
425-ish.
That's like 5 drum magazines that you'd have to lug around with you per dude. That's a lot of drum magazines, and those things are pretty hefty.
I don't know if this is true about the PPS Sage. I have heard enough, like, the American Tommy guns, the Thompsons, that originally was discovered that those drums were really heavy and kind of inconvenient to use in the battlefield.
Yeah.
And when the Americans got their battle production to full swing, the original people who made the Thompson stopped making it. And they realized that the stick magazine was way more effective than the drum magazine, so leave that to gangsters in Hollywood. Like, they're going to see that works.
Yeah. I think it was the same thing with Soviets. Like, later on in the war, you got, like, PPS 843, where it was really just stick magazines, because, like you said, I mean, everyone always says, oh, yeah, 70 rounds of ammunition, that's awesome, you don't have to reload. You only have to carry a fucking big drum review around all the time. You can't just stick it in a pouch.
And you want to reload that? I don't.
No. No, no. So just stick with the sticks, guys. Is what we're trying to say. This is Rang and Khan's firearms history lesson for a day.
Exactly. He offered at least once a replay, as it turns out. It feels like. We're getting a Flak 41 being brought on in, not for anti-tank, not so much, but I don't think that anything is going to be flying over the German lines with that.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I also find it kind of funny that Rhino's been out, but the only thing I think he's been getting is horny. I didn't realize I've never made that joke before, but apparently I haven't.
Oh god, I was waiting for like some sort of like sexual joke regarding nasty ones, but that got me off guard. Thank you, Khan.
You're welcome. So Ultimate Cheeky coming into the south. In the meantime, 3 squads there. Another pack 3 being brought on in. So not content with just bringing a Flak 41, DerGaertner just wants to put in more and more trees.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm surprised that we still have this one Soviet bulge to the north.
In the town? Or like south of the town? Yeah, I think that's really just due to the fact he's still holding the hill, and that's just a really good base of fire support to hold into that little farmstead. Yeah, there's not really much of a farm there anymore, it's all been blown up.
That's very true. Now, we also are seeing the 82 mills are out of ammo pretty much right now, so the other Studebagger's being brought on in. And are they adjusting fire? Nope, the mortars are still hitting the southern fortress.
Oh, look down south. We got smoke in the town, and it's got the Avtos coming in. That's a really interesting play. Once again, good smoke play.
But was it the Soviets that did that? That was the Germans just now.
Was that the Germans who did it? Is that the...
Did that. I think he was nervous about the T-34. But you know what?
What?
I'm very confused.
He just kind of screwed himself over a bit because that's when the Avtos are getting close. So at the same time, he does have SDGs in there, so it really doesn't matter.
Well, town fighting is still not something you want to be dealing with, especially those guys.
Yeah, okay, runs in and just gets destroyed.
Oh. See how quickly this ends. Oh my god, I'm getting torn to shreds.
Yeah, SCGs don't screw around. They really do not screw around.
But you never really anticipate it being that bad.
I know. Do you think PPSHs would be pretty scary?
Yeah.
But no.
I'd be terrified of those things.
No. Yeah, this is right. 78th Sturm. It's an A-tier division, guys.
Which is very, very weird to kind of see infantry divisions be tier A.
Yeah.
But yeah.
78th is like, I think probably the most well-equipped German infantry division in the war. Don't 100% quote me on that, but it seems to be the case.
Well, the ship divisions did get preference in terms of supply.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if most of your troops have, like, a lot of your troops have SCGs, I think you're doing pretty good.
Mortars, in the meantime, looking back to the Soviet artillery park, they are going to abandon their friends to the south for a bit, which is a little bit unfortunate. But when all is said and done, I mean, he's got the Soviets pretty well here. Of course, this new push of infantry might have something different to say about that.
That's a lot. I mean, 4 Avtomachikis don't work. Bring like 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 Avtomachikis will show.
Well, this Magnificent 7, man. He's kind of going for this whole like cinematic thing.
Yeah, what he really needs on that German town is just drop some artillery, get some fire support in there. Because I really like how DerGaertner set his infantry on his side of the town, so the Soviet tanks can't shoot into it, so to speak. That's a very good play. I really like that play a lot.
Now, I wonder if he's going to try to close this town back up again. He's got to know smoke's coming in. No, he's aiming for it to the north. Okay. So
it's kind of,
there's still a KV-1 alive. I'm sorry, yes?
It's kind of bringing in the Avtos a bit piecemeal. Let's see how this goes.
I see the Soviets taking this town back. You're throwing, a company worth of infantry at this town.
Yeah.
And the Germans right now bringing some Sturmschützen, desperately trying to reinforce a position. But that's kind of a day late, and not so much a dollar short as an entire, Deutschmark.
Yeah, I think you're correct, Khan. The Avtos are making short work of everything now. They outnumber the Germans by a lot to not a lot. But the Germans call in some artillery or fire support.
Quantity has a quality all of its own. Was that an IG-18 supporting fire?
Yeah, I think
shells
so.
in the town, my dude. What are you doing?
Stop and shoot! Stop and shoot! Yeah, the T-34 and KV-1 getting in to help out a bit. Or KV-1's just...
But several surrenders will cause an issue there. One Sturmschützen squad is going to get forced. Yep. So half the town is gone. But I dare say we're going to get some artillery being dropped.
Mm-hmm. You got 3 Sturmschützen and the Scrotch being brought in from DerGaertner to help reinforce. So I think DerGaertner's just going to be able to hold on to it. It's just that KV-1 and T-34 a bit of a pain. Yeah,
I think that's why we're seeing these Sturmschützen kind of hem and haw their way through the roads. Like, I don't really want to go there just yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Looking at the rest of the map, I mean, Tigga really... I guess both sides are kind of starting to run a little bit low and stuff. I mean, look at the northern side. The Germans don't have too much here, apart from the initial front line of infantry. While the Soviets, or Tigga, is really just concentrated on the northern hill, which makes a lot of sense, because it's a nice hill.
Yeah, I mean, it's great, you know, I'm not saying it's lakefront property, but it's pretty darn solid.
Yeah, yeah. You got Shrump. That's, I mean, that could technically be, like, almost lakefront. Shrump front. I think Shrump front property goes for a bit.
Well, just make sure there's no fairy tale creatures on there.
Yeah.
Now we are going to get, I think pretty much Tigga's last stone here. He's reaching for every last pebble in his pocket. Was that 7? No, like 11 squads of infantry being brought in all at one time.
Jesus, and it's, yes, guard DPs and the Aftermachikis. And that might, I think that's going to be enough to break his town finally, but he's had to throw a lot of dudes in here.
What even worse is that this turns out his entire force is being forced out of the town.
Oh, yeah.
They're pinned down and falling back. He's lucky that there's nothing here that actually is you know, gutsy enough to charge on in.
Mm-hmm. We got the MG-42s on the hill from DerGaertner. It's definitely helping out a bit in terms of fire support. Oh, we got the ISU north of the town. That can definitely help clear out the town. Or not town, but the hill, so to speak.
True, but also we're going to get Flak 41, the 88 mils being brought forward.
Oh yeah, and there's also a Flak 43, a little bit north-west of the ISU.
I can never remember the 78 Sturm. Their air power for this, though, we've only seen a couple ME-109s. He's got to have more than that.
You don't get much air power of 78, honestly. I think it's just a few ME-109s, maybe some ME-410s if I recall, but it's nothing all that great. You're really just using 78 Sturm's air power as just air superiority. You're not really getting many bombers or anything else.
Seems to make sense. And Tigga is trying desperately to bring in what he's got left. I kind of would like to see... Okay, yeah, DerGaertner is finally at long last cleaning up this northern side. I was going to say, I'd like to kind of see him start to swing around, take advantage of the fact that, like you said, there are swamps and wetlands to the north, and there's nothing there. The Soviets have thrown all of their infantry to the south. He's given up the north.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you got two Sapori guys in that one building holding that flag. But DerGaertner is realizing that and is actually going to push into it, just going to take that back. And Tigga, he's clawing his way back. He's on a 11-13. So if he can take that town fully, that's going to be enough to bring in even Stevens. And you got smoke in the hill. I'm so happy both sides are using smoke to such a silly extent. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Oh, ooh, wait! Look where they're dropping off the infantry.
Ooh, that's how you do an Aftermachiki rush, right? Yeah, that's how you use Aptos. Smoke and getting close. If you can get into that hill, it's gonna be tough.
Use a Pack 43.
Thank God he had the Pack 43, yeah, because that's gonna slow down the Aptos a bit. The ISU's aiming. Oh, it's gonna kill the MG42.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a dead MG42. Yep.
But the mortar's been moved forward as well. He's got a couple of HE shells. Not going to be a perfect thing to kind of keep this back. And indeed, we'll probably see a Pack 43 get taken out here, which is just a damn shame.
Mm-hmm.
These Flak 38s. Okay, so that could have been the savior of this little park here, but not to be.
No, and we've got more guards, DPs being brought in down south. Tigga, I mean, he just... Up his sleeve, he just had a whole line of guard DPs and Aftermachikis, and he's just pulling them out like a magician, just constant guard DPs, just on the stream, along the road, going into that town. Will it be enough to take it? We'll see.
I don't see that.
Yeah, it's... The Sturm shoots are holding really round. Oh, we've got like the AG-18 on the southern hill here. That's providing lovely fire support. It's probably going to get taken out by the tanks. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just focused on the Soviet attack onto this hillside.
I really love this. I love this attack so much. It's ballsy, but it's gonna work. There's some shootings here. The shootings can prove to be a bit of a pain because they have a lot of MG42s for shooting riv.
Well, bad. Well, we have Sturm shooting coming on in as well, so the ultimate cheat here can get mashed up rather well here. But they will have the covers, where the Germans had the advantage before, it might be slightly different now.
Yeah, I think if Tigga can use these like T-34s and whatnot he has effectively, it could definitely help turn the tide of the battle, so to speak. Just a bit of extra armor support, real help out.
Well, and we have all of the carpet bombing in the world desperate to take out this infantry to the south, and I'm seeing they're probably will force a fallback at the minimum, and that'll be a 12-12. There we go.
Wait, is he actually dropping clusters on infantry?
Yes.
Oh, it doesn't kill, but at least it suppresses.
Well,
that's a really...
That's all you need, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's good in that scenario. That's going to allow him to push a bit and take our flag, but I wouldn't recommend doing that in most cases, guys.
And even then, wow, he's actually shifting forward with his T-34, who's going to run riot on the Sturmschützen. Ooh, wait, what is he? Oh, he's getting engaged by the mortars.
Yeah. It's a real, like last two raw stand. Just look at Tigger's like score. He's on a sliver of health left. I mean, up north, he's got a bunch of stuff being brought on. Like I said, just a magician with all those Ganti Bs that he's pulling out of his sleeve.
Indeed, but it feels like maybe the time has run out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm moderately amused by the fact that this anti-air is keeping this Russian infantry from really, really exploiting this breakthrough. And believe me, they do have a breakthrough.
Oh yeah. We just got out sliver of guard TPs, yeah, but they are getting slowly battered array.
Yep.
It's going to be hard to get reinforcements here. Tigger has meant to take back out southern town completely now. The Germans are on the retreat, so that's definitely that's a huge, a huge take back getting that town. And DerGaertner's bringing some Sturm shootings up north. Maybe he's going to try and take the northern town back, because that's 2 CPs that he could grab.
5 squads to the south as well. And like you said, yes, there's tons of guards in that town, but they have either they're extremely battered, or the healthier squads don't have a whole lot of ammunition to speak of.
Yeah, and they don't have STGs.
Yes, the most important thing, frankly.
Yeah. Dude, can't. If the Germans just gave all of their infantry squads STGs, they would have run the war. I'm just saying, man. Just saying. They would have done it. They would have run. Just saying. Just saying.
This ranks right up there with another post I see recently. Why did the Germans make a better tank than the P4? Excuse me.
I think, Oh,
jeez.
I mean...
To hear that rant, tune in on Thursday.
They should have made a Panzer 5. That's what they should have done.
Maybe start with the top of the numerical thing. The alphabet. So 5A, maybe?
Yeah, but they should make a Panzer 6 first, before they make the 5. Because the 6 will be automatically better.
Contract it out to 2 different people.
Yes. And have one of them develop a prototype that you'll never use, but you can still make a bunch of bodies for it anyway, so you have to figure out how to use these prototype tanks, which will end up just breaking down, because they're way too heavy.
What, you need a little more chunk in the trunk, man. And we see the northern town has fallen back under German control.
Yeah, that's definitely a good call here. There's not much holding that little farmstead, just Shefniki and Peter Ash. And it's really just Tigger with his 2, the 45mm and the 76mm support guns, stopping anything. And...
Well, the funny thing is, right now, we're in that desperate moment where it's like, quick, get a flag!
13! Oh, this is tight. What? How is Tigger still alive? He's almost completely bled out. Just 5 seconds or so and he would lose. But, this is...
Okay, German infantry to the north, pinch. German infantry to the south, that little warehouse, pinch.
Yeah.
German infantry to the southern side. Pinch, guys, come on. This is not rocket science. That's Ron Brown's area of expertise.
He just needs to. Yeah, like you say, like he just needs to push somewhere, anywhere in the middle. Just one flag or two flags he needs now to take his men to capture another.
Okay.
But always
southern push.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna bring up Sturmschützen, Panzerfaust 60. He's gonna go and absolutely wreck this KV-85, and these infantry just gonna freak out.
Clusters. Oh, the clusters is just gonna shut that down.
For the moment, we got 2 more squads right there.
Oh yeah. Yep, and you've got Sturmschützen going through the southern forest, hunting some KV-85s. And that's a flag, right? Yeah, they could take easy peasy.
And Sturm's actually to the south. They will take out one of these T-34Es, which has the potential to put it back into German control. That'd be at least one of them right there. I don't know about the second
one. It's funny how one T-34 is just completely cut off the German supply lines or front line. For now, I think it's about to go back into a connection.
I think you're right. It won't be easy, but we'll have it.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Perform mitosis. Is it
There's also a T-34 coming forward. Yeah. Brave guy. As there's 2 Panzerfausts here. Yeah, that was bound to happen.
Yeah, I think Tigga. I mean, he's still technically running, but it's probably not going to be for long.
No, I mean, look what he's got left. I mean, most of his stuff is support guns, and in some cases just mortars that are pretty much Winchester.
Yeah.
1311. We have 1212 in about 15 seconds here.
Yeah, T-34s. Down south is going to lose the flag. And now just one more flag. One flag. Any flag. Probably going to be southern town.
Shockingly enough, looks like Nigel's going to survive. I don't know that he really did a whole lot. I think he's had 65 AP and 31 HE for forever and a freaking day.
Maybe he hasn't even shot. Because that's full ammunition. Oh, four HE shots.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all she wrote. The prodigiously sized woman has now sung, and honestly, fairly even in terms of kills.
Yeah, that was pretty close. Only a 200-ish point difference. Looking at the chronology, it is back and forth, very back and forth throughout that match. Both sides played phenomenally. That was a fantastic display of 1v1.
Indeed. I mean, looking over at the kills overall, I mean, there's a couple of standouts on the Soviet side, not really paying themselves off, though, for the most part.
Yeah.
Fairly consistent trade, back and forth.
Yeah.
For every guy who slightly stands out, there's 4 guys who just get whooped.
I'm thinking constructive criticism for Tigga. Maybe bringing in some of the more heavy artillery for 26 would have helped out. There was, the Andrushes, 280 mils, whatnot. Just to, batter the German artillery to smithereens, but can you really go wrong getting Andrushes?
That's true. I think he got a little bit unlucky, though, too, that the German mortars took out 2 full supply trucks early on.
Yeah.
It definitely mitigated a lot of his potential for his artillery, though.
Yeah. But just phenomenal play from both sides. Great infantry play, great use of smoke. That's how you 1v1, guys. That's how you 1v1.
It completely is.
Yeah.
But getting back to the rant that we had before, you want to hear us probably talk about tanks and how, the P4 should have been a much better tank?
Dude, the Panzer IV was the best tank of the war. If they just made more Panzer IVs, they would have run.
Like I said, if you want to hear my rant on this, check it on the next replay. For right now, though, I'm Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangaroo. Take it easy.